Alright, so the next topic is the quotient rule, and just like the product rule, we can't actually, when we're getting the derivative of a quotient, we can't just get the derivative of the top function divided by the derivative of the bottom function. And if you test it out with a similar example to the one we did earlier, you'll see that that's the same case. Now, an easy way to remember this is by notice how right here, if I put this into words again, let me pick a different color actually. If I put this into words, you'll notice this is the derivative of the first again times the second. And then we have minus the first, leaving it alone, times the derivative of the second. And all over the second squared. Okay, so, notice how the top, if you remember to always take the derivative of the first, or in this case I'm calling the top the first. So you can say top or you can say first. Either one would work. And then this one's the bottom, or also we're going to call it the second. But notice how, remember in the product rule, you got the derivative of the first times the second. And in the product rule, it doesn't matter if you change the order, but notice how because we're subtracting in this case, it does matter which one goes first. But if you remember to always get the derivative of the top or the first, you'll never mix them up. Now there's also a little song, if you like songs. I personally, honestly, I don't like learning it this way, but I don't know, you might like it. So the way it goes is low D high minus high D low and down below low squared will go. Whoa. Okay, so what this means is, so here obviously the bottom is the low and the top is high, so the bottom, so low, or the bottom, times the derivative of high, which is the top. So the low times the derivative of the top minus the high times the derivative of the low. And down below, low squared will go. So I don't know. I mean, most of my students don't really need this. If you just remember the derivative of the top goes first, after you do a few, you don't really need it. But, it's up to you. Okay, so let's actually apply this. Let's do an example. Let's say we've got, for example, we want to find the derivative of x squared minus 4x over 3 to the x plus square root of x. Okay, so I'm going to color the top in this kind of pinkish color, and the bottom will be in orange. So remember, if you just remember to get the derivative of the first or the top first, then you'll always be good to go. So let me make a fraction here. So I'm going to do the derivative of the top, which is 2x minus 4. And then the bottom, we leave it alone. So 3 to the x plus square root of x. Okay. And then remember, it's minus, as opposed to the product rule where it's plus, it's minus. The top, leave it alone, or the first. Top, leave it alone, times the derivative of the bottom. And the derivative of 3 to the x, remember, is 3 to the x times natural log of the base, which is 3. And then plus 1 over 2 square root of x. And all of this is over the bottom, which is 3 to the x plus square root of x squared. And that's it. Okay, let's do another example. How about, let's say we've got, for example, let's say we want to find the derivative of something like, something that has a little bit more madness to it. How about something like square root of x over 4 raised to the x times x squared minus 4. So notice that you know, we've got a fraction here, but we also have a product down low. So we're going to have to take that into account. I might need a little bit more room, so I'm going to do it down here actually. Let me erase this. Okay. So if we just you know, follow our basic rules, again, I'm going to color the top, I'll let that be the purple, and then I'm going to color the bottom this green colored. Okay, so I'm going to have derivative of the top, which is 1 over 2 square root of x, times the bottom, leaving it alone. Whoa, not yellow, that's a terrible color. Okay, times 4 to the x times x squared minus 4. Okay, so the derivative of the top times the bottom, leaving it alone, minus the top times the derivative of the bottom. Now when I get the derivative of the bottom, though, notice I'm going to have to do the product rule. So here, let me use another set of colors. How about, I'm going to call this one the first, this brown color, and then the second is going to be, how about purple. Okay, so I'm going to do the derivative of the first, which is 4 to the x times natural log of 4, and then times, got a little ahead of myself there, times the second, leave it alone, so x squared minus 4, plus the first, leaving it alone, 4 to the x, times the derivative of the second, which is 2x. And all of this is going to be over the denominator squared. So I'm going to have 4 to the x, actually let me do it in this green color, 4 to the x times x squared minus 4, all of that squared. And that's it.